Welcome to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. We hope that by the end of our show, you're left feeling empowered, motivated, and connected. So come on in the room, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy the ride because you're finally at home at Kiva's Place. Now give it up for our host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another amazing episode of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. I'm super excited to have you join us tonight. If you are just joining us for the very first time, I am Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch. I am a certified life coach, brand strategist. I'm a facilitator, a speaker, and I am a proud New Time author, best-selling author. I'm super proud of that. And I'm also the CEO and founder of KLM Enterprises. And like I said, I'm super excited to have you here tonight. We have a special guest. He is no stranger to Kiva's Place. He has been here before. So we're going to go ahead and introduce you to him and also to bring him up on the stage. Because like I said, we have a lot of information that I want to definitely cover with him. And I want to encourage you to engage. Let us know where you are watching us from. I know that we're on several different platforms, but just leave us a comment. I do go back and read and review all comments. So let us know where you are watching us from. Let us know what you enjoyed about the show and our guest tonight. And also let us know if you're watching us live or if you are watching us via replay. If you are, just hashtag live or hashtag replay. I want to know what your thoughts are. So thank you again. So let us go ahead and introduce to you our guest for tonight. Let me find his information. He is Dr. Jonas Gadson, DTM. Like I stated before, he is no stranger to Kiva's Place. He's been here just recently. He is an expert communication coach. He's a corporate trainer. He's an international motivational speaker. He's a 5-time best-selling author. I'm going to get there one day, claiming and believing in manifestation. Yes, but he's a 5-time best-selling author. He's a radio personality. He's also the president of Partners for Purposeful Living. So help me welcome back to Kiva's Place, Dr. Jonas Gadson. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so great to be here. As I always start off, there are 3 kinds of people: those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those who wondered what happened. I am a person that makes positive things happen, and I'm convinced that you are too. First of all, congratulations on being the author of your first of many books. That you say you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to get great. And you're already started. Great to be back. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Listen, Dr. Jonas, you are a very established and busy and well-known man. So tell us a little bit more about you before we actually dive right into our topic tonight.
Yes, thank you. Again, as you mentioned, I'm a national known motivational speaker. I've came in corporate America for 30 years, so I train over 8,000 employees from 69 different countries and received the Trainer of the Year award. I'm also on my own company, and also I'm working on a brand new book dealing with mastering your message on communication, how to get a powerful presentation. And I'm also writing several other books. So pretty soon I'll be the author of 8 brand new books that I'm working on. So I am so fired up. My company now is Partners for Purposeful Living, and is driven by 4 principles. Number 1, education. Number 2, inspiration. Number 3, transformation. And number 4, motivation in that order. And of course, if you'd like me to dissect that a little bit in our conversation, I'll be happy to do that. But I'm so fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to glow, and I'm ready to go. My motto is, since greatness is possible, excellence is not enough. Go for greatness.
Yes, I love that. In reading your bio, Dr. Jonas, I noticed that you do a lot of speaking engagements catered towards women. Why is there such a passion for you pouring and just speaking into women?
Yes, that in corporate America, with all that 8,000 people that I trained, a lot of them were women of all level. President, vice president, dealing with executive secretary, on dealing with engineer. In fact, I was speaking at another corporation, Fortune 500 company, to all engineer in a brand new building they just built. And I was talking to all engineers. All of them were women also. And 10 minutes while I was closing out my presentation, the supervisor of these engineers walked in, and she heard me speak for the last 10 minutes, and she hired me on the spot. I put all the information together, and I did the 2-day training at Delphi and help people to better their best. My passion for women, in fact, I'm the author. I'm one of the author in the forwarding of this new book, a conference that I've been involved in, Yes You, Yes Now, with Dr. Karen. And I wrote a chapter in there for women. One of the things I made a point in is that if some people say you got to be in the room, but if you're not at the room, if you're not in the room, and if you're not at the seat, at the table, then you're on the menu. So what I'm telling them in the book is that how to get in the room, how to get at that table, and how to determine what's on that menu. And so we are missing out on a lot of great talents and abilities for women that can help us. And I believe in a win-win situation. I think that if you have women that are brilliant and you're not utilizing their skills and their dreams, their goals, their aspiration, then you are missing out. So when I'm speaking, I create a win-win situation. Win for the company, win for the stockholders, win for the employees, and win for the company, in that order. If you teach anything different, you're creating a win-lose situation.
I love that. I love that a lot. Now, I know that you also do a lot of presentations centered around communication, and some may not really understand why having effective communication, and that's the key word, effective communication. Why is that so essential to professional and personal relationships?
Yeah, that's critical. Everything that you possess has some form of communication. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper in the book, because the title overall, yes, is Mastering Your Message and How to Give a Powerful Presentation. But it started off at first, mastering yourself. Know yourself, know your specific subject, and know your specific audience. Because sometimes you can be a great master communicator, but people don't buy what you say. They buy what they see. They're going to buy you before they buy your message. So you have to make sure people to know, do I like you? Do you have something to offer? So mastering yourself. One of the books that I read said the most powerful person on the planet is not a king that rules a city, but it's a man or woman that control his or her own spirit. There's an African proverb said, if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. And so first, master yourself. Then secondly, master your subject. I know a lot of people said, you hear people say, well, jack of many trades, but master of none. That is not the actual quote. that you're a jack of many trade, but you're a master of one. Even the scripture tells this one thing I do. Yeah, I know you gifted, I know you talented, but you have to start somewhere. And then when I paint a picture as a tree with a trunk growing up and the roots, all the nourishment in that tree comes from the roots. Now, once that tree gets a limb, then you can do all the things. I specialize in communication, but I'm a great motivation in personal and professional greatness. But if you start with communication, then I'm doing masterclass, I'm writing books, I'm doing a boot camp. All of these things come under communication. And then the last thing is to know your audience. And then I do a needs assessment. I don't do canned presentation. I craft my message to find out where you're hurting at. And that the needs assessment, I give that to person that individually or company to find out where their background, what their education, what is keeping them up at night. Then I build a presentation around that everybody, now I hear what the senior president want, but I want to know what the supervisor want, and then the employees want, and then you bring the message and bring them all together. A bonus from Jonas: teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, I love that. So let's go ahead and break down those 4 principles you had mentioned earlier with your new book with effective presentation. So let's go ahead and talk about those 4 principles.
Yes, thank you. First of all, it's education. When you deal with the Latin word for educate, it's to lead and to draw out. And so this is the time that we need to get up new skills. And when I tell people, bonus from Jonas, just because you use tech, that doesn't mean you have to lose touch. Because of the technology that we were forced to learn, and now I'm talking to people from around the world, London, England, Africa, all across America, right? In fact, the 5 top books that I wrote, all was in the pandemic. I decided to collaborate with other speakers and other book writers and folks that are smarter than me. Because if you're the smartest person in your group, you need to find a new group. And so what I did with these 5 books, I never met most of the authors. I wrote my chapter electronically on Zoom, send my chapter in. When we talked about the book, that was done on Zoom as well. So you have to continue to grow because you can always better your best. So that's why you need a coach. That's why I coach people. That's why I have people coaching me. There's an African proverb that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, get you a coach. So education is, you got to have to burn some midnight oil. And you know, a lot of times what I've learned, that a lot of us, we are investing on ourselves, but we haven't invested anything in ourselves. And we need a checkup from the neck up. One of the books that I love said, be not conformed to this world, but ye transformed by renewing of your mind. So you need a new mind. Someone said, I'm a new me for the new year. You don't have to wait until the new year. You can become new. And it's the 4th quarter. Maybe things didn't work for you the 1st quarter, 2nd quarter, or the 3rd quarter. But when you're running out of time, bonus from Jonas, when you're running out of time, it's time to start running. So the first one is education. The second one is inspiration. If there ever been a time that people need to be encouraged to live their dreams, their goals, and their aspiration, to take a chance, take charge, and take control of their life. Because all of us are dealing with a lot of hurts, habits, and hangups. I stopped by to give you H number 4, the healing. See, you can, the things that you have learned, we need to hear your voice. We need to hear your story. And so and we need to lift up people. Now, the third one is transformation. What I've learned, bonus from Jonas, see, when you're dealing with change is temporary. but transformation is permanent. I don't care how many legs the caterpillar has, and I don't care how fast it can run. It can never fly until it's transformed into a butterfly. The caterpillar has to die in order for the butterfly to fly. A metamorphosis. Come on, somebody. So change is temporarily, but permanent. But when you do a transformation, you go in one way. Then you come up, the things that you used to crawl over, wallow in, meander in, now you are flying about. And one of my books said, mount up with wings like an eagle. Now the last one, and the way I'm giving you this principle, you have to emphasize it in that way if you want success. The last one is motivation. Someone said, give me some more motivation. No, you don't need more. You don't need more motivation. You need education. If you're going in the wrong direction, you need to turn around. So when you get to motivation, is get up and get going. There's a sense of urgency. There's a book in you. There's a restaurant in you. There's an entrepreneur in you. You are pregnant with possibility. Don't abort your dream. Birth your dream. Oh, I think I said something. I think that's a bonus from Jonas. I said you are pregnant with possibility. Don't abort your dream. Birth your dream. And let me just drop this while I'm on the slim. Says I'm so fired up. Listen. When we were born, scientists says that. When we were born, when you were released, you are 500 million sperms were released at the same time that your father sperm released into your mother. And you outswam 500 million sperms to get here. You'll never face that kind of odds the rest of your life. You are a winner. Someone says, oh, Dr. Gadson, but I can't even swim. I know, but you swam once uphill. There was only one egg at that long, dark tunnel, and you got there first. You are a winner. Give yourself a round of applause for being a winner. Yes, it's true. The seed of greatness is in you. Allow it to bud, to bloom, and to blossom into a bright and beautiful future.
Yes, come on, somebody. Listen, this man is preaching a sermon up in here. If you are not fired up or motivated after that, after he's dropped those 4 principles, education, inspiration, transformation, and finally motivation. And he has also let you know that, listen, you are here for a purpose. You're not just here by accident. You're here for a purpose, and you have already, you're predestined for greatness. It's just, we have to tap into that greatness that is already within us, which actually bring me to my next question. Let's dispel a couple of myths, because there may be somebody out there listening to us that think they have to be absolutely perfect to be impactful. What do you think about that, Dr. Jonas?
Well, first thing, I'll give you this bonus from Jonas. All masters were once a disaster. Well, I think I said something. That's another bonus from Jonas. All masters was once a disaster. There's nobody perfect. I'm not perfect. But, and by the way, if anybody tell you that they're perfect, they have some other deeper situation. They're allowed to lie about other things as well. So you take your life. I was born on a plantation in South Carolina. It was so deep in South Carolina, it almost was the end of the world. But it doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter where you are right now. What does matter is where you're going. They used to laugh at me when I ran up to Rochester, New York, and got a job in corporate America. They were laughing laughing at my accent. My subject and verb very seldom agree, and my participle was always dangling. But later on, when I went back to school and educate myself and learn how adults learn to articulate myself, I've trained all those people at Eastman Kodak from all walks of life, and a lot of them didn't look like me. And when they had tough times in my division, and we used to collect money for this organization, and they were embezzling the money at the top. And so now the employees, 1,100 in my division, didn't want to give no more, and they couldn't make us to give. So they asked me to talk to all of them to convince them to give. So I did presentation and let them know that the money is not going to headquarters. The money is going to help people in our community. And I motivate 1,100 people to raise over $1.5 million. And that's just a small part of this huge company. Communication. When they wanted people to train somebody, they came and got me. You know, that scripture that says, your gift will make room for you. Are you listening to me? So I was down lower on the catapult, but because I could communicate effectively, they made a position for me that now I was the coordinator of my whole division in training. Your gift will make room for you, but you're going to have to develop your gift. Now, some people caught it, but they leave this out. You have to develop the gift. See, a lot of you're pregnant with possibility, but you're not developing your gift. This is your time, and this is your turn. This is your time. Listen. There's less than 80 days left in this year. Finish strong. I do a lot of flying, and those of you do a lot of flying, you don't realize with a 747, he uses most of his fuel to take off. Some of you are still on the runway. It's time to take off, man. This is your time. The world needs to hear your voice. They need to hear your story. And when your value, bonus from Jonas, when your value is clear, your decision is easy. And by the way, I use all of this now. People want to hear me because they know where I came from. But I didn't stay there. You can always better your best. Tomorrow when I give a presentation, I'm going to even be better because I'm going to learn from this presentation. I'm always growing. I've invested over $2 million in the last 40 years in my personal and professional development. Come on, somebody. If you want to be, do, and have, you got to first see it. You have to see it in order to be it. And let me just say this right now. So you mentioned this earlier, Coach, you did a great job. But let me tell you why I'm so fired up. So there's no need, because I know some of you are pretty hot on there. There's no need to call the fire department with their water hose and their fire extinguisher, because they didn't like this fire and they can't out it. I mean, come on, somebody. The creator lit it in me. He put a trumpet in my throat, and I'm going to blow it until the day I die. I'm representing you. I'm on this great program to talk to you. You're bigger than that. You're better than that. And the best is still in you.
Yes.
You're working to rob the graveyard of all of your talent. That's why when she said she wrote the first book, that's just the first of many. She ain't finished yet. Because once you become an author and you get that and see how many people's lives you are transformed, you got to keep writing. You got to. See, when you start off, you pushing your purpose is pulling you. But then when you do all you're supposed to do, your purpose don't pull you no more. It pushes you. Come on, somebody. I'm so fired up. I'm so glad. Somebody please come and get me, because I'm so fired up. If you're not fired up yet, your wood is wet.
You are dropping some gems and nuggets tonight. Oh my God. And truths. I love it. I am here for it, which actually ties into your book. Everything you have just said ties into your book, How to Fly Like an Eagle with Wings Like a Wimp. in your own words, you really tell us to just take charge, take a chance, take control of your life. I love it. I love that. And not only that, you live exactly what you preach. I want to ask you, because time is definitely running out. This is so good. Um, practical tips. What are just a couple of practical tips? We don't want to give the whole book away, but what are just some practical things that people can implement right now today to help improve their self-confidence and their presentation?
Number one, bonus from Jonas. What you focus on the longest becomes the strongest. Number two, don't focus on what you have lost. Focus on what you have left, because what you have left is enough to get the job done. One of the main tip is I talk about a lot of C's in this book. Now, number one C is clarity. You got to bring clarity. If you don't get clarity and you're all over the place, you're not going to get there. It's going to take time to get clarity. And now some people say, well, I got sweaty hands and I get all nervous and I got butterflies in my stomach. Well, I'll train you. If you work with me as a coach, I'll show you how you can get those butterflies that in your stomach to fly in animation. What the word I'm looking for? Formation. For the fly together in formation. And you're going to get a little bit nervous. So don't nurse it. Don't curse it. Don't rehearse it. Well, if I can't nurse it, I can't curse it, I can't rehearse it, what can I do, preacher? What can I do, Dr. Gadson? Reverse it. Yes. Reverse it. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, I highly recommend that you start working on yourself. Bonus from Jonas also, when your value is clear, your decision is easy. And if you cheat your, listen to this, the one that's in my book, To Drive It. If you cheat yourself in your preparation, it will show up in your presentation. And you got to practice. You got to have a coach. And some of you that you say, I can't afford a coach right now, then join Toastmaster. One of the largest organizations. There are over 300,000 members. I'm a DTM. That's the highest level, distinguished Toastmaster in communication. I taught other people how to win, how to get a raise, how to get a better job, how to start their own business. Yeah, it's all within your reach. But if it's going to be, it's up to me. And if you're going to get through, it's up to you. You are the magic. And as I always say, since greatness is possible, excellent is not enough. Go for greatness. You don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started in order to be great.
Yes. Exactly. I love that. Listen, if you have been blessed and inspired and motivated and educated tonight, because he has taught, he has inspired you, he has dropped gems and nuggets, I encourage you to reach out to Dr. Jonas. I'm going to drop his information on the screen before he actually lets you know about a few upcoming events that he has coming up. He's already mentioned one with the Sister Leader Conference, but let me drop his information. Reach out to him, visit his website at jonasbonus.com. And Dr. Jonas, correct me if I'm wrong, you also have a free gift for anyone that visits your website, correct? There's a free, awesome.
Yes, absolutely. A free gift there. And dealing with communication is powerful. I have a couple of professional women in New York City. I gave them that gift, and a few days later, they called me back. Their business is established. They are better communicators. Now they got their own podcast, and every time they broadcast, they mention my name because I gave them that free gift, and it deals with communication.
I love it. And I love the gifts that actually can promote change, right? Transformation. That's exactly what you said earlier. So if you want access to this free gift that he has on his website, again, visit his website at www.jonasbonus.com. You can also reach out to him on Instagram, JonasBonus2021. And he is also on LinkedIn. So find him, Dr. Jonas Gadson, DTM. He is also on LinkedIn. again. So tell us right quick, Dr. Jonas, about any upcoming events that you have coming up.
Well, three of them real quickly. On the 3rd of December, I'm going to do a master class. It's going to start at 9 in the morning until 3 o'clock. You want to be in that master class on communication. And of course, the brand new book will come out in 2023. It's going to be an autograph copy and powerful. The second thing I want you to know, those that are in the Virginia area, we will be in the Virginia area flying into Reagan Airport, and Dr. Wood is doing one of her presentation. She called it the SpeakerCon. I'm one of the speakers on November the 2nd through the 5th. I'm the opening speaker on Thursday morning, the opening the conference, saying yes to your success. So those who live in the Virginia area, you need to be there. And then finally, in the 20th of November, I'll be flying to Texas to address the women, executive women that's in government in Texas. And I'm going to be speaking, say yes to your success. And I'm doing an hour of communication and how it's so powerful to help them to live their dreams, their goals, and their aspirations. So again, thank you so much for having me on. And always, let me close with this, that a setback is really a step back to prepare yourself to have a greater comeback. And when life knocks you down, always strive to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And remember, since greatness is possible, excellence is not enough. Go for greatness. Go for greatness. Go for greatness. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I have thoroughly enjoyed you. You have definitely inspired me. You got me fired up, and I'm so excited. So thank you so much. Listen, you are welcome back at Kiva's Place anytime. It has truly been a pleasure having you. And also, a quick question for those events you have coming up. If they wanted to register or reach out to you, can they find out more information about your upcoming appearances on your website?
Yes, but another thing what they need to do, they can either call me at 585-703-9547, or they can email me at jg@jonasbonus.com. And I'll be happy to share all the details. All of this I have electronically. Once they say, yes, they're interested, I'll send them with all of the pictures and our first class, everything is high class. So, but you have to want to. You have to want to. This is not for anybody, but it's for everybody who is sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you want a better life, this time is now. This is not an accident that I'm talking to you, that we are talking to you. This is a providence. This is a call from on high, and it's coming for you. This is your time, and this is your turn. Do it now. What time it is? Now o'clock.
I love it. You have no excuses, none. I love it. Well, thank you again for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and for engaging with us. I greatly appreciate you. If you would like to be a guest on Kiva's Place, you can also be sitting exactly where Dr. Jonas is sitting right now. Just reach out to us. Go to www.tinyurl.com/Kiva's Place booking, or you can just text the word guest to 803-368-3030. We also have opportunities for sponsorship and advertising packages. And definitely support us. Go to, you can definitely find us on YouTube and all social media digital platforms at Kiva's Place. You can even send us a quick email. Just visit the Kiva Murdoch Show at gmail.com. So I know you are full tonight. Definitely come back. You are welcome back anytime, Dr. Jonas. And ladies and gentlemen, join us next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guess what? We're doing it all over again. So until next time, family, continue to share, connect, and glow, because building your network also builds your net worth. So until next week, peace and blessings. I love y'all much. Good night. Thank you for watching Keever's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show and Podcast. Tune in every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Keever's Place. To be a guest on our show, text the word guest to 803-368-3030 or visit us at tinyurl.com/Keever's Place Book. And watch us on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire as we're broadcasting in more than 60 million homes worldwide.